Most routine lab tests are designed to catch one thing: disease, not early metabolic shifts or imbalances. That's why so many people struggle with fatigue, weight changes, and hormonal imbalances for years before anything flags as abnormal on paper. You see, by the time a lab gets into the abnormal range, metabolic dysfunction has been progressing for a long time. Today, let's talk through what standard lab testing commonly misses and why earlier personalized evaluation changes health outcomes and longevity. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Kelly, board-certified family medicine physician and founder of Ember here in the East Valley of Arizona. Most routine lab ranges are built to answer one question: is disease present? But they're not very good at understanding the nuance of whole body optimization. Long before diabetes ever develops, the body goes through years of metabolic strain. Blood sugar spikes after meals, insulin levels increase to compensate and lower blood sugar, and an inflammatory cascade is gradually building. But panels looking for this only check for fasting glucose and hemoglobin A1C. Let's talk through hemoglobin A1C. So your hemoglobin is actually the protein in your red blood cells that transports oxygen. Hemoglobin is kind of sticky. So blood sugar, glucose in our bloodstream, it sticks to hemoglobin. Hemoglobin has a lifespan of about 3 months in the red blood cell. And then the red blood cells are kind of turned over and new ones are made. So when we're testing a hemoglobin A1C, we're actually looking at how much blood glucose has stuck to hemoglobin in the last 3 months. That's why it's an average of your blood sugar levels. The problem is neither fasting glucose nor A1C look at what happens to your body after a meal. And many people can have normal fasting labs, but have big spikes in their glucose all day long that can drive cravings, fat storage, inflammation. Fasting insulin is one of the earliest markers of metabolic dysfunction, but it's rarely checked. And we're missing the mark on detecting things early before diabetes is declared, where we can intervene and reverse disease before it manifests. But your metabolism is more than just one hormone. It's regulated by a network of hormones that include things like thyroid hormones, insulin and blood sugar signaling, cortisol and stress hormones, inflammation levels, muscle mass, and your mitochondrial health. Thyroid hormones play a major role in energy production and your metabolic rate, which is why thyroid dysfunction often declares itself as fatigue, weight changes, and brain fog. But the problem is routine testing is typically only looking at your TSH. That doesn't really explore how much active hormone is available or how efficiently the body's using it. So someone could have a normal TSH, but still experience symptoms related to slowed metabolic function. It's really important that we look at your thyroid hormones and markers in context. We look at them alongside your blood sugar levels, your inflammation markers, and your clinical symptoms, which gives a much clearer picture of what's actually happening metabolically for you. Another driver of dysfunction is low-grade chronic inflammation. A lot of times you may have heard of this called inflammaging, where inflammation is related to our aging. This isn't an infection or an injury, but it's subtle and it interferes with insulin sensitivity, hormone signaling, and energy production. And over time, it contributes to weight resistance, fatigue, hormone imbalances, and just increased risk of chronic disease, long before labs declare it as abnormal. So someone could say have a normal fasting glucose, but huge spikes in their blood sugar after meals. They could have a normal TSH, but slowed metabolism. They could have quiet inflammation disrupting hormones and energy pathways. And it all looks normal on paper. But in the body, dysfunction builds over time. It's a continuum. It's not a black and white. It's a gradation. And this is why personalized medicine, looking at hormone care, is important. It looks at patterns, symptoms, system interactions, not just disease cutoffs. The goal isn't just diagnosing disease. It's recognizing early dysfunction when we can actually change the trajectory of your health. Standardized lab testing is designed to detect clear disease states, but it's not always sensitive to those early signals that tell us how the body's functioning beneath the surface. That's where most chronic conditions actually begin. When we look deeper, earlier, and in context, we're able to support the whole body before problems progress. If you want to learn more about a personalized approach to your metabolic and hormone health, consider exploring our website at embrdr.com. And stick around because we're going to be exploring more about modern healthcare and how to optimize your overall nutrition and health.